So we've known each other for 6 years. We were together like the first year. Then we had this gap. And then we've been together for like a year and a half since.
So why are you guys in this situation, if that's not being too invasive?
Man. When I first met her, she was still kind of like dealing with an ex.
Okay.
So we were like good for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know, we were just hanging out, get to know each other. And then she kind of disappeared.
Okay guys, let's get into this video. This video today, I'm going to be talking about Shay and Michael and their relationship, which I think is on its legs, like last legs. It is crumbling. In this episode, Michael and Shay end up demonstrating the challenges of when you experience ghosting in a relationship, how that can create real long-term damages to the security, to the trust, and to that sense of commitment.
So why are you guys in this situation, if that's not being too invasive?
Man. When I first met her, she was still kind of like dealing with an ex.
Okay.
So we were like good for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know, we were just hanging out, get to know each other. And then she kind of disappeared.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so that kind of left us a little scarred. I guess it kind of felt like I got abandoned a little bit.
This is a prime example in this episode where Michael highlights that Shay ghosted him on 2 occasions. And when she came back this third time, it's almost like he can't trust. He can't commit to her because there's this kind of shaky ground. There's this lack of stability and security and a strong foundation there. And I think if you have ever been in a situation where you've been ghosted, then you yourself know the pain of what ghosting feels like. It's not nice. And me, I've personally been ghosted and I have ghosted someone else, and it's not good. It's not a good foundation to build a healthy, lasting relationship on. It just isn't. And I think what's worse is when you have maybe got some childhood trauma which involves abandonment, which might involve people disappearing out of your life. Maybe you've had separation, maybe you've had loss, or you've just been abandoned, and that can be emotionally or physically. If you've ever gone through those experiences, then you will actually potentially struggle even more than someone who's just, had quite a secure attachment all their lives, and basically this is their first experience of someone just disappearing from their lives. That's okay. But I'm interested in Michael because he almost reminds me of someone who may have had some experiences of people coming in or out of his life. Who knows? And, Shay almost doing that, it has literally petrified him from committing to this person.
So now she wants to get married, and I'm like, we don't have to.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's something I'll never do, but it's not something that's like a high priority for me now.
It doesn't, because I really don't believe that Michael does not want to get married. I just truly believe Michael does not want to marry Shay, and Shay just doesn't want to accept it. And everything about Michael's actions, his words, his behavior, his demeanor suggests that he does not want to marry Shay. So we now need to understand that this is some of the downsides when we ghost, when we engage in those sort of behaviors. These are the ramifications, these are the consequences, these are the outcomes where our partners sometimes will not feel able to commit and feel secure that this is someone I want to build a lifetime with. This is my lifetime partner. And as I mentioned in the previous video, and make sure you can check that out here, I talked about Shay and Michael and them both saying the words like, this is the greatest love of my life.
Yeah, I really love Shay, and I don't want to make her mad, so I don't know what I'm going to do right now.
You'll be devastated because I feel like he's the love of my life.
But I don't feel that, like when they say it, there's no feeling behind it. There's no energy behind it. It's just like, yeah, this is the greatest love of my life. But you don't feel nothing from them. I feel like they are just biding their time because they inevitably know this is not going to work out. And this is the dangers of ghosting, guys. It literally can be a deal breaker in its own way, because you have now built something that isn't stable. you have now built something that doesn't have a strong foundation. And when it comes to those next levels or those next steps of deciding to commit to each other, it becomes so complicated. It's not an easy fit. It's like, what? It's just a mess, because one person is feeling this type of way, the other person is feeling this type of way. And if you've been the ghoster, you're still affected, because you're not able to get what you want from it, because what you want is the commitment. And we see Shay wants the commitment from Michael, but Shay, your actions have created this, because you then ghosted him. So now you want this commitment, this person will not give you the commitment, and there's this standoff, there's this conflict, whether it's said or unsaid. And the sad reality is ghosting is problematic for relationships. I have personally been involved before in a relationship where I have been the ghoster, and then I came back, and I remember that person being like, I cannot do this because I don't know if you're going to disappear again. And it just never worked. And it's the truth. Like, and I really do think when you have had experiences in your childhood which have involved maybe emotional abandonment, and it may have involved even emotional neglect, or it could have been physical abandonment, you may pick up some issues in committing because people leave, or you may end up with some issues where when it feels like everything is going so well, you almost self-sabotage it because it's too good. You're almost expecting things to crumble and not go well, and then you end up being the ghoster because you're fleeing, you're self-sabotaging this relationship. And guys, if you want me to do a video on how self-sabotage occurs in relationships context, then make sure you drop a comment in the comments below, and I'll be sure to actually create a video on that. But if you want to know a bit more about self-sabotage, I have a video which I have done already, and you can check it out here, all about self-sabotage and how that shows up in our lives and why. But yeah, in my opinion, personally, Shay and Michael, the issue of ghosting that occurred already set that this is not going to be a marriage at the end of it. In my opinion, I would be shocked if Shay and Michael got married. I really would. I don't see that happening personally. And I do think that ghosting, that element, has absolutely crippled any real hope for that relationship to see success, in all fairness. All right, that's my thoughts, that's my opinion. Comment in the comments below, let me know your thoughts, and of course, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and of course the bell, so that you get notified each and every time I upload a video every week. All right guys, take care and God bless. Bye.